Police Interceptors. A team of elite officers, equipped with a fleet of performance patrol cars, a highly trained dog unit,
send the dog!
and the tools to deliver justice straight to your door.
Hey!
They are on the front line in the battle to drive crime off the streets of Cumbria. So sit back, buckle up, and start your engines. Coming up, the Interceptors deal with an explosive situation.
It would take out a third of the building.
Friendly driving advice from Cumbria's finest.
Move!
Move! Get out the way! Move!
And the armed response team are out in force.
One of the bars in Carlisle reported that there's someone in there and he's in possession of a black handgun.
Cumbria is England's second largest county, home to the magnificent Lake District. It boasts some of Britain's most awe-inspiring scenery. But there's far more to Cumbria than Wordsworth, daffodils and Mrs. Tiggywinkle. And with over 2,000 square miles to police, the Cumbrian Interceptors rarely have time to enjoy the views. One war they're fighting on the county's roads is drink driving, a crime that kills over 5 people a week in the UK. PC Ross Mattinson is patrolling the west of Cumbria on tonight's evening shift.
Been a little bit slow today, just you get those days sometimes.
PC Phil Carruthers is in the navigator's seat. It's not long before they're called into action.
01744.
Two guys have been spotted stumbling out of a pub. Witnesses think that one of them is well over the limit and might be about to drive off in a black Mercedes.
They've been drinking at the pub and they're hammered. But somebody that's been in the pub with them's reported that they've just got into the vehicle.
Ross and Phil need to make sure the driver isn't given the chance to cause carnage on Cumbria's streets. They're 5 miles away from the village of Wigton and have to give the mighty Volvo's 5 cylinders a bit of a dust-off. Within minutes, Ross and Phil arrive in the town where they park up and wait for the nod. They're just yards from the pub car park where the Black Merc is still stationary, being watched by another Interceptor unit.
603, we're by Mirage Hairdressers.
As soon as the Merc moves off, with its driver potentially drink driving, the Interceptors will move in and make the bust.
The car's outside, the person who's suspected of drink driving's in the car but hasn't moved off yet, so we're just waiting.
Eventually, Ross and Phil get the nod. The Merc is on the move and it's time to intercept.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! So you go.
Move! Move! Get out the way! Get out, Phil, it's there.
In the confusion, Joe Public has boxed in the suspect.
Keys out! Come here, give us your arm.
Phil ensures the driver is cuffed quickly.
Get out the car!
He doesn't want him attempting another getaway.
I will.
I've got you if you want to go on.
You've arrested me for nothing.
This guy's chosen a slinky black soft top to do his drink driving in.
No weapons, sharp items, anything like that?
Nothing, man.
These two have been in a fight with the locals, and both of them are claiming they've been punched in the face.
And I want you to arrest the one who punched us in the face.
We can deal with that.
The driver may have a bloody nose, but it doesn't stop him coming up with a few wisecracks.
Don't nip and tell her.
Not gonna nip your tail.
But as Phil adjusts his handcuffs, he becomes a right drama queen.
He's leaning against the car.
That is, until he has a moment of clarity.
That's not tight. That's not tight at all.
All right.
Phil can smell alcohol in the driver's breath, but needs to breathalyse him to clarify just how much he's had.
Go on. That's it. That's provided a rating of 75, so at this time you're under arrest under Section 5 of the Road Traffic Act.
He's blown a 75, more than double the legal limit of 35. And drink driving isn't the only offence this fella's guilty of.
Who's your insurance with? Huh? You haven't got none? It shows no insurance in our PNC system. Spoken to the driver and he said to me he's got no insurance.
This fella's happy to risk the lives of innocent road users, but he's not happy to pay his insurance premium. The car's heading to the pound and the driver's off to the nick. But when he arrives, there's a more pressing concern for him.
Is there a toilet in here?
There it is.
But answering nature's call isn't that
I'm
straightforward.
not going to take all your clothes off, doesn't work like that, but if you want to pee, you'll get through this bit quickly.
First, there's the time-consuming paperwork.
No.
Mobile number?
4777.
Go on.
4777.
4777, that's as far as you got.
4777.
Is that the only place you've got it on your phone?
Finally, after what seems like an eternity,
No, 4777.
he's allowed to visit the little boy's room. 5 minutes later, the drink driver seems much more relieved. He may be laughing now, but the smile soon wiped off his face when he's breathalyzed again at the station, a test that should secure his conviction.
He's blown 68 and 69 in custody, so we take the lowest reading, so he'll be charged with driving a motor vehicle whilst over the prescribed limit.
This guy was driving whilst he was close to double the legal limit, and he was uninsured. His thoughtless actions could easily have killed someone. He was later disqualified for 19 months and fined. It's another victory in the Interceptors' war against drink drivers. Coming up, roadside drugs bust.
Put your hands behind your back, son.
Two wheels versus four, the accident aftermath,
We've got one casualty still stuck underneath the vehicle.
and diffusing a dynamite disaster.
It's called polar gelatin dynamite.
Coming up, the clock's ticking for a cyclist crushed under a car. And the armed interceptors can't afford to take any risks.
We've got to treat it that it is a real firearm, but we don't know that yet.
Cumbria's police never let up on their war on drugs. Today, the Interceptors have got some intelligence that a red-hot hatch is moving across the county and that its passengers might have drugs on them.
There was observations passed out earlier on for a vehicle that was travelling along the A66. It was believed that the car would contain a quantity of illegal drugs.
PC Duncan Royal, a veteran of many a drug bust, has been called in to help with the collar.
It looks like there's possibly 3 inside the car. Given the circumstances, it's possible that that vehicle may decide not to stop.
5 miles away is Sergeant Darren Borden. He's been on the suspect vehicle's tail for 20 minutes. As a trained pursuit officer, Darren knows that he'll have to wait for reinforcements before making his move on a car full of suspects. Duncan has to get there quickly.
When we go for the stop, we want to make sure that we've got all the resources in place and then we've got the opportunity to ditch anything.
Duncan's soon in position. 2 marked police Volvos are now behind the suspect's red-hot hatch. And an unmarked car full of plainclothes cops is up ahead. It's showtime. The red MG-ZR is forced to pull over behind a white van, and Duncan pulls up alongside. The MG is boxed in with nowhere to go. Textbook. The 3 lads are cuffed before they know what's hit them.
Just put your hands behind your back, son. The reason why you're getting searched is because you believe you might be in possession of some illegal drugs, all right?
No record at all.
Could it be a case of been there, done that, got the T-shirt?
Basically, we suspect that you may have some drugs on you.
Despite the drama, this lot remain very cool.
You been in trouble with the police before?
No.
Never?
No record at all. No.
Right, okay.
Darren gives the MG a quick once-over.
Is there anything in the vehicle, fella, we're going to find?
No. Like cameras and stuff and that. But
The car's full of junk and some burnt tin foil that raises Darren's suspicions.
There's obviously signs of drug use in the vehicle as well, I can see it. All right.
from the past, as in everything that's been carried with all the other that's in there.
So you've got more to worry about then, have you? Have you? Sure?
Have a seat in there.
The lads in the car are taken to the nick where the cops can carry out a more thorough search. Turns out this lot are fans of everybody's favourite boy wizard. And the Interceptors think these muggles may have been enjoying something stronger than Potter's potions.
The signs there's been drugs used in the car in the past.
The cops call in a little help of the four-legged variety. Ollie the Spaniel's finely tuned schnoz should work some magic. After 20 minutes, hey presto, there's something found inside a DVD cover.
Turned up something at the moment.
This bag of crystals could be the breakthrough the Interceptors have been looking for.
That's what we found in the vehicle within the DVD. There's certain tests we can do on it, and if need be, we'll have to send it away for forensic examination. But there's some suggestion it could be crack cocaine.
If it is crack cocaine, then this small bag of rocks could be worth hundreds of pounds. These fans of trolls, wizards and fairy tales could be facing a far from happy ending.
Them all in. They're all going to be arrested for suspicion of possession of controlled drug. They'll organise searching the houses just to make sure there's nothing else there or any other evidence suggesting drug supply or drug use.
The cops are processing the crystals to determine if they are crack cocaine. No further action was taken against two of the lads, but one has been bailed and could be later charged with possession of Class A drugs. The fairy tale ending that every Interceptor likes to hear. Magic. Cumbria's Interceptors have to police over 2,000 square miles of rugged countryside, often single-handed. PC Duncan Royal has moved on from his drug bust and is now patrolling the northwest of the county.
Hi, Bravo 2-1.
It's not long before there's another job on.
The calls come through. There does appear to be an accident, possibly involving a car and a cyclist. Potentially life-threatening injuries.
The accident is 30 miles away, but that's not the only problem. Duncan's up against one of the real challenges of policing a vast rural county.
There's a maze of little country roads around here. So all we've got is the nearest village. So it could be any one of these roads.
Getting to the casualty quickly could save the cyclist's life. The air ambulance has also been scrambled, and it allows Duncan to pinpoint the location of the accident.
BB from Mike Bravo 2-1, you can show us at scene.
On arrival, it's a confusing scene. Fire crews and paramedics are rushing around, but there's no sign of the cyclist. It's a horrific situation. There's a woman trapped under a 1.5 tons of Ford Fiesta. The medics stabilise her and help her with her pain, but until the fire crew can get her out, they can't make a full assessment of her injuries.
Good lass. Well done. You've got a brave lass.
At the moment, they're supporting the cars using like very heavy-duty inflatable bags. So that's keeping the weight of the car up in the air. that's not sufficient at the moment because it's very soft ground and it's in a ditch to be able to lift the car high enough to be able to get the casualty out from underneath.
The fire crew will have to slowly inflate the bags. It's a waiting game. It's already been 40 minutes and time is now crucial for the medics.
It looks like that she's possibly been rafted, I think, as in she's been carried on the car for a while and then slipped off the front and gone underneath.
As an interceptor, Duncan's got his own job to do. He has to establish just how this woman's bike ride has gone so horribly wrong. He questions the driver of the Fiesta.
I'll need to speak to you more formally at some point in the future.
There is another witness who was standing in the car.
Yes, we've got his details.
He was standing on the corner with his car.
I'll need to come and visit you and speak to you about what's happened and what you remember about the accident. Okay.
Just a bad job it's happened. That's what
I mean, fingers crossed she's going to be okay.
The 84-year-old is still shocked and obviously upset. Duncan decides to talk to the main witness, a second cyclist who was alongside the trapped woman when the accident happened.
You all right? Are you involved?
Harry's.
Yeah.
The witness is one of Duncan's friends.
His car, carried on. Well, I was on the bike behind her.
You're your friend?
And remarkably, the woman trapped under the car is also someone he knows.
Yes, from school.
Cumbria may be a vast county, but it's full of small communities where everyone knows each other. Duncan can't let this get personal and concentrates on establishing just how his friend was knocked off her bike.
He carried on coming down, just went straight into her, so she went up onto the roof of his car, carried on, went in the ditch, and as he slowed down, she slid forward and went under the front.
The cyclist was dragged under the car into the ditch. It's a miracle she's alive.
It's never nice. Always give you that sick feeling in your stomach. Just hope, I say, things work out on this one.
Thankfully, the fire crew's inflatable bags start to lift the Fiesta high enough to allow the team to carefully move the cyclist. They still don't know how much damage has been done. The cyclist may have internal bleeding or problems that have so far gone undetected. She can't feel her arm. It's a worrying sign that she could have serious spinal injuries.
Control, who have you got in 3-7? They're just in the process of stabiliser on the road, waiting for a further update from the paramedics.
The team can only do so much at the roadside and they need to get her to hospital as quickly as possible. The Great North Air Ambulance provides Cumbria's remote rural communities with rapid emergency treatment. Today's another example. The injured cyclist will be getting the best possible care at Newcastle Hospital within half an hour, leaving Duncan to offer his support to those left behind.
She'll be all right, don't worry.
The cyclist is still recovering from her injuries, which included damage to her leg and arm. She was lucky to be alive. Following the accident, the 84-year-old driver surrendered his licence. No criminal charges were made. Experience has taught the Interceptors that trouble is never far away. Patrolling the west of the county on the graveyard shift is PC Ross Mattinson. Ross is the rookie of the roads policing team with less than a year's experience under his belt. Tonight his partner in crime busting is PC John Firth. John's a wise old hand and has racked up over 7 years' service policing Cumbria's streets.
the moment, it's rather quiet.
The conversation turns to a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Should be making another Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars were brilliant. The first three, but the second three, which were the first three?
The second three, eh? Which ones? The newer ones?
No, the first three, but they're actually
the second three. You
yeah.
mean? Yeah, you mean the original Star Wars, the old
yes.
ones? Yeah, yeah, they were good. Them ones, weren't they?
Everybody should like Star Wars. It's quality.
Hi, brother. 206.
There's a rapid mood change when the radio crackles into life.
Instructions will follow shortly.
A job at one of the bars in Carlisle. Report that there's someone in there and he's in possession of a black handgun.
Members of the public have seen a guy in Carlisle with a pistol tucked into his trousers. As part of Cumbria's Roads policing unit, Ross and John have a dual role as firearms officers. It's their job to track down and possibly confront the man that's been seen with the gun. Public safety possibly at risk, firearms may be the only effective deterrent. And that means the Interceptors need to get ready roadside.
Might as well do it here, mate. Just wander somewhere where it's lit.
There's no point in going back to the police station to do it somewhere safe, convenient and known about.
Last year there were over 50 police operations in Cumbria where firearms were authorised. And these highly trained interceptor teams take every measure to minimise the fear factor for the general public.
It's not an everyday thing for people to see firearms, some people can get scared by it.
The Interceptors are armed with the Heckler & Koch G53 carbine, the Glock 17 self-loading pistol, and their less lethal options are the taser and a baton round gun.
Yeah, 40 Alpha.
Once armed, Ross and John head into central Carlisle. Reports now indicate that the suspect gunman has moved on from the bar and is now in a hotel. The Interceptors are faced with taking firearms into a public space full of people. Far from ideal. Ross and John park up out of sight close to Carlisle's busy city centre, where clubbers and drinkers are still out for the night. The Interceptors quiz a local bobby for an update. He was the officer who raised the initial alarm.
We've been approached by two lads who said that they've been speaking to two lads from Liverpool in time bar, and basically one of them showed him a handgun in the toilets.
And have they got in a hotel somewhere?
So we've picked them up and watched them go into the Ibis, and then they've then got in a lift. There's four of them, but he's pointed out two of these lads being the main ones.
They could be dealing with a group of suspects, rather than just one. Reports from the hotel indicate that the suspect and his friends are still in their room. Armed reinforcements arrive. It's time for the Interceptors to recce the hotel and find out just what they're up against.
We're going to make some initial inquiries and then we're going to make a decision about how we're going to proceed.
Coming up, the Interceptors strike.
I've challenged him at gunpoint.
And a crushed Corsa crash site.
Do you need an ambulance?
I don't know what happened, I don't know.
Right, okay. You're not injured at all?
I'm all bloody aches and headaches.
Coming up, the Interceptors give a teenage driver a little perspective.
There's a lad killed there who knew this road, he drove every day.
And dynamite and gas don't mix.
So we want a 100-metre exclusion zone, which unfortunately will take in BOC gases, which is right behind us.
It's 5 a.m. at a hotel in Carlisle. A team of armed interceptors is dealing with reports of a man seen carrying a handgun. PC Phil Bradbury is also on the scene.
We've got all the exits covered, so we're just waiting for a few decisions from command, just exactly how they want us to go about this.
In any situation involving firearms, it's imperative that the unit gather as much information about the suspect as possible. Interceptors Ross and John quizzed the hotel's night staff. This man saw the party as they entered. It appeared they were behaving in a loud, boisterous manner, and they had to be asked to leave. Instead of leaving, it turned out the party, 4 men and 1 woman, went upstairs to a room they had already booked, eager to carry on their post-pub party. The Interceptors have to be 100% sure where their target is before launching any armed operation. They check the hotel's CCTV video to make sure the suspects haven't left the room.
You can fast forward, can't you? And then you should see something move, I would think.
The CCTV footage shows no movement in the corridor. Now the Interceptors have to decide how best to gatecrash this early morning party.
The floor that they're on is full. If we go up there shouting and blazing, there's potential for everybody to be out in the corridor.
They're waiting for a tactical plan to be formulated. Once that's been formulated, we'll be past the details about how they want us to proceed.
There are now 6 armed officers on scene. They're dealing with lethal force and they don't want any mistakes. More beat cops arrive. If the situation were to become hostile, then it would be up to these officers to maintain public order.
We've got to treat it as if that it is a real firearm, but we don't know that yet.
The street is locked down.
Tried to keep a bit of a low profile, but I'm quite nervous because you never know what to expect.
All units have arrived, and finally, it's time to make the bust. But just as they're about to go in, it looks like somebody is trying to exit the hotel from a fire escape at the side. The cops think it could be one of the group of friends from upstairs trying to leave the hotel.
This guy's exited, so we're just trying to make inquiries to see if he's connected at all.
Just people don't get a taxi.
The man may be just a guest, but the Interceptors have to keep hold of him as a precaution. If someone upstairs does have a gun and they're connected, he could contact them and blow the entire operation. Either way, the cops need to act now.
We're hoping to deal with it as soon as possible so we can deal with them whilst they're all in the same room.
The team is finally given the green light. They storm in hard and fast.
Don't get yourself. Listen.
It was straight in, tell them what we want them to do, and they all complied. They handcuffed them straight downstairs. Job well done.
With the 6 suspects now in the lobby, a search of the rooms is carried out for the gun. Police dogs are also called in. The early morning party people were arrested on suspicion of possession of an illegal firearm and taken down the nick. For Ross and John, their shift is over at 7:30 a.m.
Tired, mate, tired.
They may be knackered, but they're pleased with the result.
6 arrests in total, and obviously we'll ascertain what's gone on with regard to these firearms offences.
Although no handgun was found and no further action was taken against those arrested, the Interceptors had to act on the information supplied. With a report of a deadly firearm involved, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Over 80,000 cars are stolen in the UK every year. It's a crime that the Interceptors want to wipe out completely, especially on their Cumbria patch. Tonight, Phil Bradbury is at the wheel of the Volvo. He's backing up other Interceptors on the lookout for a Volkswagen Passat. Local units tried to pull the VW over after it was spotted driving erratically in a residential area in the west of Carlisle. Looks like Phil's in luck. The Passat is heading right towards him. But the driver decides to go over the pavement and manages to squeeze past. After a hasty three-pointer, Phil flicks on the blues and isn't far behind the felon. Another Interceptor's just ahead and is soon on the Passat's tail, leaving Phil to turn tactical. He knows these streets like the back of his hand. There's only one road out and a shortcut over the playing field should cut off this runaway rogue. Phil misses out on making the stop, but now he's just yards away. The Passat hits a main road and the driver floors it. He's showing no concern for other road users as he drives on the wrong side. Missing motorists by inches. Running a red light at a busy junction. And then notching up a very naughty 90 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. As the Passat driver races beyond the edge of town, he's driving at 100 miles an hour and is now veering across the road as he attempts to shake off Phil. The Interceptors may be touching a ton, but they're making no ground. The Passat races back towards Carlisle's built-up city centre, and the Interceptors have to make a decision. They call the pursuit off. It's become far too risky for other road users, especially pedestrians that might be just feet away in the darkness. It's a disappointing end to the night for Phil and his team. But there is a happy ever after. The next day, a man associated with the vehicle was arrested. He was charged with numerous offences and detained at Her Majesty's pleasure. Kendal, the southern gateway to the Lake District. A picturesque market town and tourist attraction. Many of the lake's 15 million visitors each year make it their must-see. But come the closed season, the town is left to the locals, and they know how to make the most of their Friday nights.
You're
an absolute muppet.
This is the bright lights of Kendal.
You are a legend. Are we on TV?
Hayley Johnson is policing the pubbers and clubbers at closing time.
What is going on?
It's a love fest.
Ben Woodburn is her backup. He's seen and heard it all before.
I asked, do we not have the right to say we don't want to be filmed?
I think you're drunk at the moment. I suggest you go on your way.
Hayley and Ben patrol the town. Kendal's night scene might be small, but the locals know how to big it up. Sadly, the Friday night frolics can sometimes spill over into a brawl.
Whoa, neither, mate. You're in a public place. One's gone that way, and one's gone that way, so hopefully that's the end.
But it's not just Kendal's clubbers that Hayley and Ben have to deal with. These two old hands know the shift can take a dramatic turn at any point. One call and their blues are on. They're rushing to a remote road close to Lake Windermere.
Just a report of an injury, road traffic collision.
There's a serious car accident involving a teenage driver and passenger. Young drivers are much more likely to be involved in high-speed crashes and fatalities. Police units are already on the scene when Hayley and Ben arrive.
7-7 at sea.
A silver Corsa has sped off the road and crashed into a wall.
Hello? You all right? What's crack? What's happened?
I don't know.
Right.
My car just lost control.
A crashed state.
Incredibly, both the teenage driver and the passenger have walked away from the horrific crash. Hayley has to check over the two young girls.
You banged your head?
Yeah.
Do you need an ambulance?
I don't know what happened, I don't know.
The driver's bumped her head to the side, but there's no cuts or sort of bruising or swelling that I could see. No. Do you want us to get it?
There's always the possibility of hidden injuries after a knock to the head, and Hayley will be keeping a close eye on the 17-year-old driver. The ambulance is on its way, leaving the Interceptors to establish how the Corsa careered off the road.
You smell anything on her?
No.
No.
Hayley follows protocol and breathalyses the teenage driver.
Spot on.
She blows nothing, so Hayley quizzes the lads that were travelling just ahead of the girls.
She's obviously your mate who was driving, was she?
Yeah,
right.
He was behind us and also with his lights.
Honestly, how fast were you going?
I'd literally say 40 mile an hour,
Right.
honestly.
There's no booze or speeding involved. The Interceptors put this one down to a factor that causes many accidents on Britain's roads.
I think it's just driver inexperience and not knowing the road.
The teenager has been driving less than a year. Shockingly, 1 in 5 new drivers is involved in a crash within a year of passing their test. Many of them are killed or badly injured.
BB, we've got an ambulance at scene this time.
She's banged her head on the thing. She's got a bit of a bump on the head at the side there. There's no cuts or abrasions or anything.
Luckily, these 2 teenagers are given the all clear. But the girl's still upset, and it's up to agony Uncle Ben to give her some perspective.
Just round the corner on the right side, there's a tree. There's a lad killed there who knew this road, who drove every day, just a few years back. And we come to these all the time when people don't walk away from them. It's a bad road, it's a bad corner, it's a wet road, and fortunately, nobody's badly hurt, OK?
Job done at the roadside, Hayley and Ben head back to the station. They're both relieved that tonight's teenage driver walked away from a serious accident with nothing more than scratches and bruises. Coming up, if in doubt, call the bomb squad out.
Was there any pungent smells or anything like that when you opened up the box?
There was nothing obvious about it, no.
Right, okay.
It's the end of a long 10-hour stint policing Carlisle's roads for 2 of Cumbria's Interceptors.
We were just on general patrol, getting quite busy with traffic all day.
PC Dougie Cunningham is at the wheel of the Volvo. He's looking forward to clocking off for the day.
It's Friday, make it quick because I'm going home.
His partner PC Mark Smith can practically taste the end of shift cuppa.
And another one bites the dust.
It may have been all quiet on the northwestern front today, but it seems Dougie and Mark's shift is about to end with a bang.
Go ahead.
Would you be able to pick up a stick of dynamite that's been handed into the front counter at Carlisle, please?
No.
A member of the public has discovered a stick of dynamite in their home after a relative passed away. Unsure of what to do, they handed it into reception at Carlisle's main cop shop.
I mean, dynamite in itself is highly unstable. Shouldn't really be taking it in.
As part of the roads policing unit, Dougie is trained to deal with firearms, but high explosives are another matter.
We need to be looking to the bomb disposal unit.
The stick of dynamite is at Carlisle's Duncan HQ. The nearest bomb squad team are based in Catterick, Yorkshire. That's an hour and a half's drive away. The call for help is put in, but until the army arrives, Cumbria's cops have to deal with this potentially explosive situation themselves. Dougie and Mark head back to base to help out with the emergency. The new £7 million station at Durrenhill is Carlisle Police's nerve centre, but when they arrive, it's being cleared as a precaution. Over 75 staff are trying to get as far away from the dynamite as possible.
It is an explosive device, so until that device is made safe, the building will be evacuated.
Dougie is one of the most qualified officers on site. He's tasked with minimising the threat of the dynamite until the bomb squad can arrive and defuse it. But the only tools he's got are those he uses as part of the firearms team.
I'll take 2 ballistic shields and the top hat.
The top hat is a bulletproof bucket the police use to discharge live ammunition in. Dougie will use this and the bulletproof shields he's got in the back of the car.
We're going to place the stick of dynamite into the ballistic bag, and then we're going to cover that with the 2 ballistic shields in order to obviously maximise the amount of protection that we can then provide.
Dougie's now ready to deal with the explosives with his improvised kit. Everyone else backs off to a safe distance.
01744.
It's quite old looking. That's in a tin, which isn't in the best of conditions, to be honest.
If it went off, it would take out probably a third of the building.
Detonation box placed inside the top hat from the ARV and fully secured.
Dougie eventually emerges safely. He briefs the rest of the team with photos he's taken of the explosive.
It's gelatin. It is already wired with electrical contacts for a detonation. It's in an old box, which would suggest that dynamite stick itself is old and therefore potentially unstable.
Although Dougie's efforts might offer some protection from an explosion, the dynamite has to be dealt with permanently, and he phones the bomb disposal team. They're still an hour away.
It's got an electrical wire inserted into the heart of it at one end, which is already basically sitting ready, waiting on an electrical charge to detonate.
It may only be 6 inches long, but this highly explosive charge could have a 100-metre blast radius. The bomb squad team ordered the police to enforce a safe zone around the device. But there's a much bigger problem.
So we want a 100-metre exclusion zone from the actual device itself, which unfortunately will take in VOC gases, which is right behind us.
Durham Hill Police Station is located next to an industrial site full of gas canisters that could create a major incident if caught up in the blast. The police have to assess just what could explode and if it needs to be moved. After nearly 2 hours, the experts arrived. The bomb disposal team wastes no time in establishing just how unstable the dynamite is.
Have you actually had your hands on it?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Right, okay. So were any pungent smells or anything like that when you opened up the box?
There was nothing obvious about it, no.
The bomb squad go in.
So the bomb disposal unit are going to go and have a look at the device in situ where it is, and they'll make a decision as to what they want to do with it.
The experts will either defuse the dynamite or move it to a place where they can carry out a controlled explosion safely. The police have done everything they can. It's now up to the experts inside. After a tense 10 minutes, there's news.
Okay, sir. Military assessment is it's an inert training device, essentially made from wood and is no threat at all. So
Right,
stand down, stand down.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Inert training device, which would be used obviously for training. Royal Ordnance Corps said all the drills were correct, as in the evacuation, so better safe than sorry.
There's relief all round as the dummy dynamite episode finally blows over.
We've dealt with it as best we can in the belief of what it was. The good thing is I'm going home.